We're back with our Congressman Alan Lowenthal, and up close and personal, Alan, what's it like being in Washington compared to Sacramento and Long Beach City Council?
Well, you know, when you're here in Long Beach, on the city council, you go home every night. You have your friendships. You have all your relationships. I remember for many years was a faculty member at Cal State Long Beach. Spent a lot of time. Went to basketball games, and you feel cut off when you go from Washington to your home, and so it's like creating a new home. And while I'm very excited about being in Washington, I've been so busy that the part of Washington I see is between the Capitol and the Cannon office building, which I'm on. And even that was a very fascinating experience. There were 70 new members, Republicans and Democrats, who are first-termers.
Really?
And
that's 20% of Congress.
That's right.
That's really unusual, and maybe in part because of redistricting reform in California, at least.
That's right. We had large numbers of new members in California, and of the 70 new first time in Congress, we had a lottery. We're the bottom 70. You know, the other four. Remember, there's 435 members in Congress, right? And so the other 360 or so had already chosen their offices. And so we're the last 70, and so we had a lottery, and everybody was real excited. And I picked 57, which is not a great number, being honest. You know.
Well, you know, 70 new members must be one of the largest entering classes in history.
In a number of years. Not in history, but in a long time. It's been.
Well, so there's hope, because you guys
tremendous hope
and gals are the hope for change.
Right now, we're trying to get to know each other. Fortunately, I have great relationships with Republicans who come from California, especially David Valadao.
And these are people you knew in California.
That's right. I work with.
And California is the largest congressional delegation.
Almost 11% of the Congress is from California.
There you
53 members of the 435.
As California goes, so goes the nation. We like
hopefully,
to say.
Hopefully, we can bring a spirit of cooperation. More so.
Well, that is so important, and you, as a trained psychologist, can really have an impact. You know, I mean, as you were suggesting before we went on air, when you're a junior member of Congress, you have a lower profile, and you defer to the more senior members that have more clout.
But you have to do the background when you're still, and to form those relationships, work with the new members, begin to put forth your agenda. It takes time, and you have to build relationships. And that's really what I think is critically important to bring about change in Congress, is the ability to build relationships across the aisle. And that, as we know, that takes time. It takes time, but you've got to start and work on it.
Well, I view it as akin to turning around an aircraft carrier. It takes several miles to reverse directions.
That's right.
It's so big.
That's right.
And these problems and this feuding and fighting has been systemic for so long.
That's right.
That it's not going to end overnight.
That's right.
And no one's a magician, but I think with a large entering class, and you said there were 2 other psychologists in Congress.
Right, there are 3 psychologists.
Maybe
don't ask
give
us.
Free psychoanalysis to some of the members that might be useful as well. But still, bringing people together, I think there's nothing more important.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think, and establishing relationships and listening. You see, there's a lot of talking and not a lot of listening.
We have 2 ears, but only 1 mouth. So
That's right.
We should listen more.
And it's really important, you know, and especially for new members, to really understand what the issues are for members of the other side. What do they care about? Why are they elected? Why are members of my party elected? There are going to be differences, but how can we bridge those gaps?
And where the 2 circles can overlap.
That's right. And sometimes, as we know, there will be conflict and there will be difficulties. No one can say that, you know, functionality means an absence of conflict. But we have to find better ways of solving these problems.
Amen to that.
Me too.
Okay, we'll be back with the rest of our show after these messages.
When I was a boy growing up in Italy, I had a dream to own my own store. I came to the United States and I worked hard as a tailor. Hi, I'm Umberto. I've been in Long Beach since 1960. carrying the finest quality men's clothing. It was a long way away, but styles are just around the corner. Umberto, 2141 Bellflower, Long Beach.
Founded in 1976, Polly's Gourmet Coffee is Southern California's most complete gourmet coffee store. Polly's has the best tasting coffee, freshly roasted every day right in the store, plus a wide selection of teas, an in-house bakery, espresso bar, patio dining, and more. We also offer Wi-Fi, free internet access for all of our customers. Our nationwide clientele agree when it comes to coffee, there's only one name to remember, Polly's. 4606 East 2nd Street, welcoming you into Belmont Shore.
Take care of those who are closest to you, from our family to yours. McCarty's Jewelry, since 1932.
Phil Trainees mixes California style with continental cuisine that includes fresh seafood from around the world. Since Phil is the chef, the menu has a wide variety of pastas, salads, soups, and appetizers that feature his unique personal touch. And the Italian-American signature dishes are simply beyond delicious. You never know who you're going to run into at Trainees, from the famous sports legends on the Wall of Fame to local celebrities having a drink at the bar. For the best fine dining experience, visit Phil Trainees.
I think we are fortunate to have a man of the intelligence and integrity of Alan Lowenthal representing us in Congress. I've known Alan for over 30 years, first as a professor at CSULB, then as a Long Beach City Councilman, then state assemblyman and state senator. He is that special kind of person who listens to all sides, can reach across the aisle to find common ground, and can disagree without being disagreeable. He is not afraid to take a position he believes in, as with redistricting reform, even if it is not popular. I believe Alan has entered political life to do things in which he believes, not simply to hold the office. So Alan, we thank you for your many years of public service, and we wish you well in Congress.
Thank you so much, Art. I really appreciate what you're saying. But I also want to say that I hope that the viewers of the show know that much of what we do is not just me in Congress. It's our office here in Long Beach. I want to give our telephone number and where we are. When people have constituent issues, issues about Social Security, issues about immigration, we really want folks to call our office. That's 562-436-3828. Or I love it when people come visit in Washington. You know, as I was talking, when you asked me about what it's like for me going to Washington, it really means a lot when people from the district or come, and that we can show them how their government works or doesn't work. We can be...
And it is ultimately our government.
It is your government. Yeah. It is the people's government.
Yeah.
I'm just the person that's there, that's representing, and I am truly honored. That's kind of like maybe the way I'd like to end it. I feel so honored and blessed to have this opportunity to represent the people of the 47th Congressional District. I will try to do my best. I will try to listen to the needs of my district and try to vote and do things that both benefit Long Beach and Western Orange County, the state of California, and the nation as a whole.
So beautifully said. And as you know, I teach law and ethics and leadership, and this concept of servant leadership is so important, that you're there really working on behalf of the people you serve.
That's right. And it's just an honor to serve the people of the district and to be there. You know, sometimes I have to pinch myself that I'm there.
Thank you. Well, Alan, as a special thank you, we'd like you to take back to Washington, D.C. this Straight Talk mug in front of you and maybe have it on your desk so you can think of us from time to time when the going gets rough.
Thank you, Art. Okay. Really nice.
And thank you at home for joining us, and please be with us next week for the next edition of Straight Talk. Good night, everyone.
Straight Talk has been brought to you by Southern California Edison, the Press Telegram, and remember, Straight Talk is viewable worldwide 24/7 at straighttalktv.com.